Hi guys, Sandy Ingram here. Welcome. There is a situation happening in northern Iraq right now. Actually, it all began over the weekend, but I didn't want to bother you with this type of news during the holiday period. But first of all, you should know that Iraq has lost over $25 billion in oil revenue since 2023, after the Turkish oil pipeline leading from northern Iraq to the Mediterranean Sea was closed. Now, moving on to explain what's happening, the U.S. is responsible for pushing the KRG region to become self-sufficient again, while different fractions or factions in the Middle East want the relationship between the Kurdistan region and the U.S. government dissolved. Now, who exactly wants the KRG to stop holding hands with Washington, D.C. or the U.S. government? It's none other than the Iran-aligned militants who want the KRG to depend more on Baghdad and not the U.S. government. They do not want the KRG exporting oil independently, and they want the KRG region to break ties with Turkey as well. Now, this is all about them not wanting the KRG area to be independent, financially independent. And maybe that has something to do with them not wanting the Turkish citizens in their own countries to think about becoming independent. But we can only guess at what they're really thinking. All we know is that they have bombed and disrupted the oil pipeline in northern Iraq. Now, you might be asking yourself, what does this have to do with the Iraqi dinar? And the channel's response would be that anytime 80% of the oil flow in Iraq has stopped northern Iraq, again, because of internal conflict, that is a problem for the entire country, the economy, the economic stability, and the Iraqi dinar progress. Remember, foreign investment is key in Iraq's economic growth. Attacking oil fields creates fear, economic pressure, and political leverage. Here, take a look and a listen at what happened.
Northern semi-autonomous Kurdish region. A wave of recent drone and missile strikes have disabled its already struggling energy sector. The attacks come at a time of worsening relations between Erbil and Baghdad, triggered by oil exports and budget disagreements. Security experts say the attacks on the oil facilities are linked to regional tensions.
Mainly Iranian-made drones were launched from the areas controlled by its aligned armed groups. The attacks are part of a complex international and regional struggle involving major powers, such as Iran and Russia on the one hand against the US and its allies over control of energy resources and transit routes.
In 2023, neighboring Turkey closed a pipeline which passes through the Kurdish region to its port of Jihan on the Mediterranean. That decision followed a ruling by the International Chamber of Commerce that said Ankara was allowing oil exports from the Kurdish region to pass through its port on the Mediterranean without Baghdad's consent. For more than 2 years, Iraq has lost nearly $25 billion in potential oil revenue. That has led the central government in Baghdad to cut financial transfers to the semi-autonomous Kurdish region, delaying salary payments for government employees. And the recent drone attacks have worsened tensions between Baghdad and Erbil, deepening an already precarious political landscape. Exhausted government employees here have been queuing outside ATM machines. Their faces, etched with fatigue and frustration, reflect months of unpaid wages.
Many employees have sold their cars and homes. Some borrow money just to buy milk for their children. The situation is extremely difficult for those with young children.
In mid-July, Baghdad and Erbil finalized an agreement to resume oil transfers. The deal sets a minimum delivery of 230,000 barrels a day to Baghdad's state oil firm. But this transfer has been delayed.
Following the recent attacks, the Kurdish region is unable to deliver 230,000 barrels a day as outlined in the agreement, because current production stands at approximately 81,000 barrels, which is only sufficient for domestic consumption within the Kurdish region.